What's going on, folks? You ever had a problem with your vehicle to where either your vehicle keeps overheating when you're driving it, or either your vehicle won't get any heat when you're actually trying to turn your heat on? A lot of times if you're having this issue and you've already checked your radiator to make sure that you have the proper amount of radiator fluid or coolant inside of your radiator, then this right here could be your problem. Your thermostat right here. This thermostat right here, pretty much, it opens up to let cold coolant into your engine when your engine gets too hot, and it closes pretty much to allow your engine to get up to temperature. So a lot of time, if this thermostat right here, and say it's stuck in an open position, what'll happen is that your vehicle's engine won't get up to temperature like it should, and therefore when you try to turn your heat on, a lot of time you won't have heat. All your heat will be kind of like lukewarm. It won't be as hot as it should be. And the next issue could be with your vehicle, if this thermostat right here gets stuck closed, what'll happen is a lot of times your vehicle will start overheating, because what's going on is that this thermostat is not opening up to allow coolant to come in from your radiator to basically cool off your engine. So a lot of times what that means is you need to replace this thermostat so it can open and close properly to make sure that you can get the coolant into your engine to cool off your engine itself when it gets too hot. And a lot of times also another issue you may have is if you look at where your thermostat housing is at, which is normally located behind one of your hoses that's coming off of your radiator. Like on this vehicle, here's a radiator hose right here. It's going around. You want to follow it. And if you get to the end of it, like on this one, and you see this, that means this is not the right one. On this vehicle, if you look down here at your lower radiator hose, let me get a better view for you, which is down here, you follow this one up. And if you can see right here, normally when your thermostat's right there, you'll see some screws. You see, like right here, you have a screw right here to be taken out, and the screw at the bottom of it to take this whole housing part off of it, and right behind there will be where your thermostat is at. So a lot of times to locate your thermostat, you'll just follow either your upper radiator hose, which on this vehicle you see is right here. Follow that. It's not behind this one. Or you could follow your lower radiator hose, and on this one, this is the one that is behind pretty much right there, was that lower one right there. But like I said, so a lot of time another issue you can have with these thermostats is that if, for say example, your radiator or your coolant keeps getting low in your vehicle because you have a leak in it. So a lot of time what that can mean is right here on your thermostat is like a rubber seal that's around it. And a lot of time if this rubber seal goes bad, see how I flipped it up, what that'll do is that'll cause fluid and stuff to leak out of this housing right here behind this. On this vehicle happens to be your lower radiator hose. You'll see fluid leaking out right here, because basically what's going on is that this gasket around this thermostat is bad, needs to be replaced. So in this case, you wouldn't have to actually buy a new thermostat. You could just remove the old one and put a new gasket on it. But I would recommend, if you're going to take all this off, just to go ahead and get you a new thermostat and stick it inside of there to take care of that issue. So like I said, a lot of times if you have no heat, this a lot of times could be the bad component right here, which is a stuck open thermostat that you may need to change out. And of course, a lot of times with no heat, you can have a bad heater core, which is a whole nother part you may have to deal with. But the first thing I would check is change out your thermostat, and that may take care of your issue, because what it means is stuck open. And when it comes to thermostats, they can get stuck open or they can get stuck closed. If you had to have one of them happen, you'd rather for your thermostat to be stuck open, because at least then your vehicle won't overheat. It just means that your engine's not getting hot as it should. The engine's not getting up to temperature because the coolant is still going into it. Basically, the coolant is flowing freely into your engine. So if you had to have a problem, I would much rather have a thermostat that's going to be stuck open than one that's stuck closed. Because if you have a stuck closed one, your engine's going to overheat, and if you don't take care of that, it can damage your engine and cause thousands of dollars in repair, because you have a completely damaged engine now from it overheating too much. So once again, people, this is what your problem could be if you have a car that keeps overheating for some reason, you don't know why, or you have a vehicle to where you're turning your heat on, you're not getting hot air. Either it's lukewarm or you're basically getting nothing at all. And this could be an issue right here, which is a pretty cheap part. Most vehicles you can get them anywhere up to $25 and less most times. So and a lot of time to change them out, like I said, you just want to follow your hoses. Either you go to your upper radiator hose, which is this one right here, which I follow this one. It goes right to here, so this is not it. So I go to my lower radiator hose, which is way down there on this one. I will follow that one way down, this big hose. And when I follow that one up, I find it. Like I said, most time when you get where your thermostat housing is at, you'll have some screws that you'll take off. On this one, it's pretty simple. I just would remove this clamp right here, take this hose off it, and take probably about a 10 socket right here, and would take a screw off here, one below it, and this will pop out. And right behind it, I will have my thermostat. All right, folks, please check out the other helpful videos. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.